Okay, hello YouTube. Going to be playing a 3-minute game. Okay, starts off with e4, c5. We have a Sicilian. Have an open Sicilian. Okay, this is a variation I'm kind of familiar with. Okay, so far so good. All theory. Knight b4. I play bishop d3 here. They usually, okay, but not always. This is weird. Normally they don't quite play like this, but I think I've seen similar stuff to this before. And I'm just going to take, and then on bishop f5, I think I'm going to play f4 here. And I think the idea is that when he takes and I take back, I either castle queenside or I just play rook d1. I don't remember which one is supposed to be 100% better. I think it might just be rook d1 and then rook d4 is supposed to be the idea, like with d6 coming and stuff. Yeah, castle's queenside is solid too, though. I got that rook coming into the middle. I don't know. I'm probably right about rook d1, but I don't remember the follow-up, so I'm going to try this. Because I think it's a little bit more jarring. It's intimidating that he can't castle, but maybe I wanted him to castle. These are the things I can never remember. And I think I'm just going to play like rook d4 and then king d2, and that's why I think maybe the other line was stronger, because this is the reorganization that I need to have anyway. And that's why probably him castling is not a huge deal. Okay, so this feels like it's better for white, but I need to make some kind of progress. So I'm going to play d6. Opens up the d5 square for my knight. And just further cramps his position. So yeah, he's going to come in with rook e8 check. It's the open file. It's reasonable for him to do that. And this passed pawn that's in his position is uncomfortable, but I think it's better for him to have his king close, so I should have at least tried to play rook d1 and then rook d4 and then king d2 to try to coax him into castling. So I'm regretting my decision now to play castles queenside. I bet when I look at the engine analysis afterwards, it's going to say that rook d1 was better. I don't know by how much, but it seems like it's clearly better, because I'm struggling to get a major advantage here. I feel like I definitely have an advantage, but I'm struggling to get a major advantage. I feel like he's already pretty close to equal with knight e4. But if he doesn't, he could still get into a lot of trouble here. Okay, so knight d5. Takes. Maybe nothing's happening here. I think he's got to be a lot more careful than what he's being. If he goes pawn hunting, do I just queen? Or get close to it? So if he rips here, am I just breaking through with some type of combination? Whoa. That was unexpected. Because he doesn't get the pawn. Because I get his pawn. But I guess he was nervous that I was going to start rampaging for a queen. This will be a fun game to look at after the fact and see what would have happened. Now it should just be advantage white. Like, I'm up on the clock, I'm up on the board. There's not a whole lot going on. I don't even have a whole lot of targets for him to target. So it's going to be very, very difficult for him to save. Especially with moves like that, I feel like he's making it even harder to fix. So let's go here. Now king b6, we're going to, well, I'm going to play check anyway. And here. That's your plan. Okay, I'll take. I'll take. Come over here, come over here. How close is he? I'm a lot closer. Oh no, did he get a draw? My king's really close though, right? So now there's scenarios where maybe he queens, but I still win? Is that a possibility? Does this still win? Because my king was close enough? I made that really hard on myself. That's entertaining, but I still win. Was that a win right at the end there? Was that a weird win right at the end there? Okay, so did I mess up? Is this a draw? No, it's a win. My king is close enough the whole time. So yeah, here's one of those weird exceptions with the rook pawn where you're still winning because the king is close enough. And yeah, the computer agrees. You just do that, queen, check here, and then king here. And they can't defend that. So that just shows you like how much I know about endgames sometimes. Is I know that if the king is close enough, sometimes it's a win. But I don't remember every single possible, position where that happens. So when it happens in a game, it still kind of surprises me. Like I knew that the king was close enough for it to be a win. But this is probably some shoddy technique on my part because I could have just taken, and it's just he has to get his king here to block my king off. So it's a really easy win. So like king f3, king here, and then he can't ever actually get the king boxed out to the point where I can't make a queen. So maybe kind of the bigger question too is back in the opening, because of course all this is better for white. Castles queenside versus rook d1. So the computer loves rook d1. How big of an assessment drop was castles queenside? Yeah, and let's just see what the computer says after rook d1, like if he plays the same idea. Like if he had played bishop g6, my thought was maybe rook d4 followed by king d2 was better. It likes castles kingside, but what about like rook d4, castles, and then king d2? Would this be... I'd have about the same assessment. It's liking just castles kingside, though, in both of these cases. So it preferred rook d1 followed by castles kingside, rook c8, and then bishop e5 is huge advantage for white, I guess with all this pressure. So rook d1 was definitely the way to go. Oh, if bishop b5 preventing castles kingside, now rook d4. Now rook c8, now king d2. This is the idea. And then on castles, we can take on b5 takes, and then rook e1. So we do this setup if the bishop goes back to b5. There we go. And then how bad, like... Okay, so when I made my decision to do it this way, and then I reorganized via rook d4, king d2, this is just equality. So this is basically nothing special because he gets his rook to e8. And yeah, I thought here just knight e4, rook e4, and then we get into an opposite colored bishop and it's a draw. So I was kind of surprised, yeah, that he never played knight e4. Like even here it's saying knight e4 is slight edge black now. He took, and then he sacked. He did this weird thing. He could play bishop takes a2 here, and I'm not, it's just equal. But yeah, after he sacked, of course, I had the winning advantage here. So interesting endgame there out of a very common position. I, of course, made a lot of mistakes in that position, but, I mean, fortunately, so did my opponent. So yeah, so like the main thing I'm taking away from this is, basically rook d1 was a much better move here, and I'm plus 1.5, so my instincts during the game were correct. After I castled queenside, I kind of regretted it, and I preferred the idea of rook d1, and if I go back, like, really my first initial mistake was just missing this rook d1, so... that's going to be a correction that I'll have to make for next time. Well, anyways, I hope you found this video helpful. I hope you found it interesting, and hopefully you can use some of these ideas in your own games. Thank you very much for watching.